Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be providing you with a quick update on how my carnivore diet's been going because, as I mentioned in previous videos, I've started it as of about the 5th of January, so I've been doing it for 2 weeks now. So just thought I'd provide a quick update, let you know how it's been going, how I've been finding it, what kind of foods I've been eating, and all that kind of stuff, so that you can make an informed decision as to whether you might try it potentially in the future. So let's jump straight into the video, but before we do, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this about my journey overcoming my autoimmune disease, MS. And it really does mean the world if you could, because the more subscribers I get, the more people we can reach with these videos and the more people we can help. So I really appreciate it. But let's jump into the video. 'Cause I've been thinking about what I wanna do, 'cause I never ever thought it through. Now I ask myself why didn't I? So yeah, I'm 2 full weeks in now to the carnivore diet, and I say carnivore diet, it's more animal based that Paul Saladino advocates. So it's including things like some fruits and also honey as well. And overall, over the last 2 weeks, I think I've really enjoyed the diet personally, because I really like meat anyway. And so that's one of the reasons that's always intrigued me about this diet, because I've always thought that, you know, I really love eating meat anyway. And if it's got all these fantastic health benefits of potentially cutting out processed foods, sugars, grains, all that kind of stuff, and even vegetables, then it's worth giving it a go. Overall, I felt like my energy levels have been really good, really high, and I've been quite able to focus now that I think my body's fully sort of fat adapted. The first few days it was a bit dodgy, and I had a bit of a dodgy stomach, that's kind of what everyone says happens when you first start a carnivore diet, because your body is essentially oxalate dumping and it's getting rid of a lot of those plant chemicals that I mentioned in my previous video that aren't necessarily that good for humans. And so you kind of go through that phase, but then after you've got rid of all that and you're fully fat adapted, that's when you can get more steady and more stable. And the energy levels for me, they really stabilized. And to be honest as well, I've not really felt as hungry as I normally do. In my normal everyday life, I'm always thinking about food and always craving food and having sort of carb cravings and things like that. But on this diet, I think that it's obviously to do with the high fat content and the high protein, but you just seem to stay fuller for longer, and you don't get those cravings for the next meal as you would when you're eating carbs all the time and eating grains, rice, pasta, potatoes, all those kinds of foods. So that's been one major benefit, is that I think I've definitely, as a result of that, I've definitely lost a little bit of fat. And when I've been going to the gym as well, I've been feeling super strong, and I've been making some real gains in the gym, which has really been beneficial, especially after the Christmas period where, you know, everyone overindulges, and I was one of those. So it feels good to feel fit and healthy and lean again, which is certainly happening to me on this carnivore diet. In terms of cons, I would say that I haven't necessarily felt as incredibly superhero as I thought I might do. From going off a lot of the videos online, a lot of people say that, you know, when you go on carnivore, you'll never look back, you'll feel like a different person, you'll have so much energy, so much focus, so much all this. I wouldn't say that's necessarily kicked in with me yet. Like I say, I do think my focus is a bit better and my energy levels are probably a bit higher, but nothing like superhero. So, but having said that, I'm still only 2 weeks in, my body's still probably adapting to it. And a lot of people say that, you know, sort of the second 2 weeks of the month is where you see the main benefits. So I'm going to look, and hopefully that's going to happen to me. I do think as well, because I haven't really been eating probably as much red meat as I should, because a lot of people who advocate for the carnivore diet suggest that the vast majority of your food and your calories should come from red meat, because that's the most nutritious. All ruminant animals, so they've got full stomach chambers, so they can properly digest all the plant materials in a way that doesn't get through to us humans, whereas things like chicken, pork, they all come from animals that have obviously only got one stomach, and so if they're eating cheap, crappy grains and soy, then some of that is going to get into the meat that you're then going to eat. So that's another thing that I'm going to look to do over the next couple of weeks to really try and supercharge my results. So I'm going to focus more heavily on red meat, and hopefully that's going to improve it. But apart from that, I'd say that I've really enjoyed it so far, and I wouldn't say anything against it other than obviously there is a big lack of variety in the diet, and that's something that I do miss, is having variety in my food and being able to eat carbs and starch and things like that, because I do enjoy that. But, you know, it's definitely worth it, and I'm definitely feeling good off the back of it. So what kind of foods have I been eating then? So every day I've been starting off with a lunch that's quite similar to what I normally eat anyway. I normally eat eggs on toast with some avocado, so I've just been substituting the toast for some bacon typically. Either that, or I've been substituting it for smoked salmon, something like that. So it's a pretty similar breakfast that I've been eating. And I do intermittent fasting anyway, so I'm not eating till sort of 1 o'clock. So that's my first meal of the day that I eat around then. Then I've still been having a coffee, as I normally would. Then for my afternoon snacks, I've been snacking on, if I get hungry in between, which I've been getting less hungry than I used to as it drags on. I've just been tending to snack on things like chicken drumsticks, little tins of sardines, things like that, just an extra little protein hit to really fill me up before dinner. For the average dinner, I've been trying to eat things like steak, a lot of ground or minced beef. I've been playing around with a few minced beef recipes. I've been turning them into burgers and having it with bacon. I've been having just pure minced beef. A lot of stuff around that, because that obviously makes it a lot more cost effective. And I've been doing this diet as well with my girlfriend, and she really likes variation of food. So haven't been able to just have steak every night. We've been trying to mix it up with things like sharing a whole roast chicken. We've been eating pork belly. So we've been eating a wide variety of meats, like I say, which has kept it really interesting for the first 2 weeks, and I haven't really gotten bored of it yet. But like I mentioned before, I am going to try and push for more of a red meat focused diet from here onwards. And I think that if I'm not sort of feeling amazing come the final week of my month trial, that's when I'm going to try and I'm going to cut out all the fruit, all the honey, and purely just go for red meat and the occasional bit of chicken or pork or whatever it might be, just to see if that really is the difference in it. And maybe that'll be the step that I need to do to really feel the benefits, and that might then convince me to you know, give this thing a go in the longer term past that first month trial. So yeah, that's a quick update of how I've been going in the first 2 weeks. As I say, I've really enjoyed it. I feel like I'm feeling the benefits. Maybe not as much as I'd hoped for, but maybe I set my sights and my targets a bit too high for that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to what the next 2 weeks involves. I'll try and record over the next few days sort of a day in the life of everything that I eat so that you can see it clearly, to give you more of an idea of what I've been eating, especially because I'm trying to make it as cost effective as possible, because I know that a lot of you will be interested in that as well, because that's the one thing that a carnivore, it's obviously a bit more expensive. So I'll definitely do a video like that. Do let me know in the comments below what your experience has been like trying the carnivore diet. I've had a lot of comments on my previous videos from people saying that they've tried it and it's really worked for them. It's really helped with their MS symptoms or their autoimmune condition symptoms. So I'd love to hear more about that, and it might give me a bit of a boost going into the last couple of weeks. So yeah, do get involved in the comments. Thanks for watching the video. If you've enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next video. 'Cause I've been thinking about what